I am the only SSS Gilly in the world. But he didn't choose to rule the world. Instead, he chose to hand himself over to the country. Just because I don't want to swallow ugly ghosts. I don't even want to treat humans as food without any choice. I'm so hungry that I'm skin and bones. Called the police uncle's phone number. Hello, I am a ghost. Can you please take me in? Just be environmentally friendly. This nonsense made Chen Yan laugh out loud. When he received the police report, just when he was about to hang up the phone, the water glass on the table flew towards him automatically. He just wanted to duck away, but found that I couldn't move. At this time, the voice came again on the phone. If you believe me, the cup will naturally not be smashed. The water cup moving at high speed stopped in front of Chen Yao. He immediately understood that something big had happened. Because there is something strange in this world is a well-known thing. But being able to perform trickery remotely is unheard of. This guy on the other side of the phone, could it be the legendary ass-glass ghost? Shen bites and calms down. Write down my address carefully. Immediately heading straight to the local forestry bureau. At a speed of 800 meters per second, after knowing the whole incident. The whole person is completely blinded. What the hell? The most senior ghost encounter in the entire county is a 13-year-old. If he is sent to confront, once the other party is really B-level or above, and that's there is something to discuss. Beating a dog, there is no return. But now the situation is so urgent. The director had no choice but to turn to the level ghost encounterer who is on vacation at home. Yifeng thought for a long time after hearing this. Finally, he said he accepted the matter. After all, in his opinion, the other party can perform ghost magic remotely, without hurting anyone. He also made it very clear that as long as he is enough control, that proves that the other party has no malicious intentions. In this case, maybe the opportunity for me to make a great contribution leaves to my fortune has come to the community where I live. As soon as he got off the bus, he immediately felt something was wrong. This old neighborhood, shrouded in a strong ghostly aura. From a distance, it looks like black clouds are looming over the situation. It can only mean that there is more than one evil ghost inside. Are all the brats in the bureau a bunch of trash? Why has no one discovered this place for so many years? Yifeng cursed secretly. Then he summoned his own protective forest. I don't know how dangerous it is in the community. He could only let the protective Lin Chan explore the way ahead. But I just didn't walk 10 meters away. The two protective bushes exploring the path were like dead dogs being thrown in front of one's own eyes. Then a huge black shadow slowly emerged from the dark fog. It's over. Yifeng realized that he was no match for the other party. And there seems to be high-speed relays appearing all around. Alone, he is surrounded. But just when he couldn't help but retreat. But it feels like I hit something. As soon as Yifeng turned around, he saw the man standing behind. Why are you here alone? It's dangerous here. Yifeng quickly reminded him. No one. Isn't there a cat? I smiled slightly. Neither can the cat. Yifeng has not yet finished speaking. The civet cat next to me, but he has already bitten the neck of a fierce ghost. This damn guy is a level a ghost. In this case, in Yifeng's eyes, that useless civet cat must also be a powerful ghost. And it's at least S-level. My everyday eyes, the entire Huaxia Kingdom. But I have never seen a few S-level ghosts. Boss, why did humans send a weak chicken here? I don't pay enough attention to your initiative to call me. The civet cat looked at Yifeng with disdain. He is indeed too weak. But since it was arranged by the Bureau, then come inside and sit for a while. Face my sincere invitation. Yifeng is confused. Unhappily, he followed it. Even my own devil is just a pet. What state has this young man reached? The next half hour. The night breeze that talks to me feels like sitting on under my careful description and needles. He finally understood his intention. I heard that humans have soul corpses, can attack ghosts and absorb energy. This way. You don't have to eat blood food to replenish your body's consumption. For me, I really can't keep my mouth shut in front of those disgusting ghosts. And they are regarded as delicious human beings by it's ordinary completely out of spirits. My own recipe. But the soul stone is also a rare item. Yifeng said, a little police officer, definitely so can't make the decision and report to the superiors. I also fully understand his difficulties. Said he would patiently wait for good news. At last, he even enthusiastically sent him out of Century, Washington. After all, there is no need for me. With his scumbag strength, I burped my farts within 2 seconds after going out. I just sent him out of the community gate. Yifeng did not hesitate, rushing to my old Jetta. Although I told him, as long as you leave the community, those evil spirits will not take action against him. But it's obvious, this kid was scared to death. I waved goodbye to him with a smile and turned around to leave. But at this time, Yifeng's heart has already set off huge waves. After all, this trip, the amount of information gained is simply too great. Now global devil may cry is resurrected. Humans and ghosts coexist. Ghost girls have even developed their own civilization. The devil, who was beaten and had the ability to think alone. It can even continue to evolve and upgrade. The cherry blossom country opposite has been killed by a hunter who has never evolved to S level. Mouth and chop. Most of the country became his territory. All in all, if there is an S level or above prey in a country, that would be a fatal crisis for this country. Soon, ghosts and ghosts appeared in the sea market. This news also reached the ears of senior officials. The State Forestry Administration directly convened an emergency meeting. Experts from all walks of life rushed back to the headquarters. Even the strongest fighting force of the legendary Chinese nation, 10 kings, also cleaned them all. After all participants have arrived, Director General Liang Anzi, a brief introduction to maritime emergencies. Then let everyone study how to deal with it. As soon as I said this, someone on the side was nosily saying, "It's just an S-level ghost girl." The top 10 kings are also S-level. If you encounter ghosts, why don't you just kill them directly? Didn't you read the intelligence information on the big screen? One of the opponent's pet cats is an S-level ghost. What if there really is an existence beyond S-level? He buried the kings with his backhand. Who will protect China from now on? Environmental Affairs Minister Su Yan angrily opened the team. Suddenly everyone became quiet. After all, what kind of battle is SS Glass Ghost? No one here has seen it, but covets my good intentions. Final meeting agreed. This operation, by Intelligence Minister Su Yan, go to meet the Ghost Minister Ila Kun. And for safety reasons, General Secretary Lao Liang also appointed 5 kings. Secret protection. Everyone has packed up the combat supplies. Then take a special plane directly to Hoishi. The result is when arriving at the destination, only then did I realize that there was one more person in the team. It turned out to be a lecturer from the research department. He wants to study high-level ghosts. He actually snuck onto the special plane. This operation resulted in a narrow escape from death. Ila Kun has no time to spare, bringing a burdensome boxing champion with no fighting ability. He has no choice but to make it follow the team and stop running around. After arriving at Century, Washington community, everyone instantly felt the strong conspiracy here. It seems to be exactly what the intelligence said. This place is definitely a ghost. Su Yan and others had just advanced less than 50 meters. Then I met the tree branch ghost, although they all succeeded in repelling it. But everyone found something was wrong. The ghosts here are extremely powerful. Just the guy who didn't hang himself just now. I thought that an old 2A would meet the combat power of a ghost master. You can easily deal with it with 2 bodyguard spirits. But the actual situation was that he was almost beaten by the opponent. If Su Yan hadn't helped in time. If Tang Tang encounters the boss of Gipu, he may just lay down his clothes. Everyone no longer had any frivolous intentions. Whenever you encounter a ghost, immediately activate the instant kill. We slowly walked forward to the community. The evil ghosts we encounter are becoming more and more powerful. Suddenly, there was a loud roar in the distance. The intruder was dead, a black ghost. He rushed straight towards Lai. At this time, the expression on Lai's face solidified instantly. The powerful momentum of this fierce ghost. It's very possible that in a hard fight, both myself and the protective forest must disappear together. But he can't hide, because he will never allow the people behind him to be harmed. After all, he can't meet ghosts. Just when everyone thought that Lai was dead, the black ghost cry suddenly changed its direction. He ran straight to Su Yan, who was standing aside. This guy seems to have some intelligence. Know very well the most worthy target among this group of people. Zhang Zi on the side was completely stunned when he saw this scene. I have studied ghosts myself for many years. I have never encountered such a high IQ crisis before. He suddenly felt ghostly. China is now facing an unprecedented crisis. No. Lao has no time to think about these things. All I can see at this moment is Su Yan saw that the other party was already surrounded by black smoke. A tearing sound came from Devil May Cry. Little love is like a lightning strike in an instant. He didn't dare to think about it at all. That sound was Su Yan being torn into pieces, or his protective forest. Suddenly a golden light roared from a distance, straight into the black mass of ghost cries. As the ghost cry dissipates, Su Yan also stood in place intact. Just a touch of sadness on his face. A bunch of trash, a mere devil will beat you like this. Suddenly a voice came from not far away. Everyone looked aside warily. It turned out that the person who came was one of the 10 heavenly kings. This time we are saved. The King of Heaven is the strongest fighting force in China. S-level ghost encounter, Zhangzi suddenly said excitedly to the people next to him. But he didn't notice. Bone's face didn't look good at this time. Everyone thinks that encountering S-class ghosts is a one-on-one challenge. S-class ghosts but only the S-class king knows that. I want to get rid of an S-class ghost. The top 10 kings may need to dispatch at least half. At this time, due to the appearance of the King of Heaven, Lai also breathed a sigh of relief. He took out his walkie-talkie to communicate with Yifeng. But I just spoke for less than 2 seconds. Suddenly a ghostly energy flew out from the darkness. In the distance, condensed power directly cut Ila Kun's walkie-talkie in half. Yifeng, who was on the outskirts of the community, discovered that communications were inexplicably interrupted. It seems like things are not going well inside. Even if the king comes, it's also extremely dangerous. And this is indeed the case. After the old love's walkie-talkie was destroyed, around them, some terrifying figures appeared again. We still have to go forward. Been here for so long. I haven't even come into contact with that if he has evil intentions. Then we really can't get out. Zhangzi's voice has begun to tremble. This situation can no longer go any further. Just stay here for defense first. Unexpected interruption of communication. It will definitely make foreigners realize that we are not peaceful here. Wait for the headquarters to rescue you, Wu Tu said calmly. His words just fell. Several people have already surrounded Wu Zili. The lowest level is also a B grade. Everybody cheer up. Protect yourself and those around you. Wu Tu yelled. Then turned around. He rushed towards the 2 most powerful gillies. Yifeng, who was outside the community, received a call from Director Liang of the General Administration. After learning that the communication between Wu Tu and others has been interrupted, frowned. It seems that even if there is a king, several people in the community are unable to leave successfully. That S-class ghost who took the initiative to contact the Supernatural Bureau, he quickly contacted the remaining 4 kings who were originally assigned to secretly support. Asked them to dispatch support as soon as possible, regardless of whether the mission is successful or not. At the very least, those who go in must come out alive. At the same time, Amber, who just killed 2 level ghosts, haven't had time to breathe yet. 2 more level cuties rushed out. I'm crazy about wheel fighting. These guys are so unprincipled. Shower unfold, Wu Tu growled lowly. A golden light centered on his body. Expand around. Quickly kill 2 level ghosts. Circled within the golden light range, the ghosts that enter the spiritual realm are instantly suppressed. Completely unable to move, Amber then summoned his soul nail. Just nail it into the devil's head. Then you can subdue him instantly. But after poking at it with the soul nail for a long time, now I can't get in at all. Seeing that the spiritual realm has gradually been unable to suppress the evil ghosts, but feel a trace of panic in his eyes. Do you have to explain yourself today, right here, right now, at this critical moment? Silver soul nails flew from a distance. It plunged straight into the heads of 2 evil spirits. Wu Tu hasn't seen you for a few days. How did you become so weak? Hear a distant sound. Amber finally felt relieved. It's kill incoming. This also means that the other 4 members of the King Wing team remove all The 5 heavenly kings gather, even if it's really an S-level ghost attack. They are also confident that they will kill each other. There's a lot of fighting outside. But at this time, I was still crawling on my sofa. Although I have long been aware of the turmoil of Devil May Cry in the community, Trauma told himself. That was a fight between a few fierce ghosts. This kind of thing happens often. It's just that the fight was a little more intense today. I turned over. When I want to continue sleeping for a little while, suddenly a bright light flashed in my head. Little Leaf seems to have said, "We will arrange for senior people to come over as soon as possible." What if it's really their people who come here? I didn't pay attention to this one. As a result, they were eaten by the fierce ghosts outside. Where can I go to reason with you then? No more sleep. No more sleep. Take a look quickly. I roll over and get up. He picked up the civet cat and ran outside. Although the kitten is very unhappy, but in my own hands, this little guy can't make it spicy at all. Just walked out of the house. I feel like there is a ghostly energy being released around me. Then he asked what was going on with the cat in his hand. It's an S-level ghost from the building next door. But he's just a rookie. How about we just leave him alone? That's not okay. If this fierce ghost attacks the people of the country, then my iron rice bowl will be gone. After saying that, I quickly walked to the next building.